Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arjun. One more day. That's all I need to wait. That's all I need to wait to watch my most anticipated movie of 2022 and also my most anticipated movie of all time, The Batman. I have never been this excited for a movie and I just can't wait. I'm watching this tomorrow and really I can't wait until tomorrow. I am so excited to see this movie, and with all the reviews coming out, I'm just very pumped, and I hope this movie is as amazing as I want it to be because I have really high expectations. My expectations for this movie are incredibly high. It probably won't be as good as I want it to be, honestly, because I want it to be as good as The Dark Knight. I want it to be the greatest movie I ever made. With that being said, I don't need it to be that good. I just need it to be a good, solid Batman movie that delivers on what the trailers promised. As long as it's good, I'm okay with it. But man, with all the trailers, how amazing this movie has looked so far, I really think this has a possibility of being as good as The Dark Knight, being one of my favorite movies of all time. So I'm really, really excited to see this. And I just can't wait. Everything that they've shown us so far has just been incredible. There's so many different things to look forward to in this movie. Obviously, Matt Reeves is directing it. He's a great director. He's made some really, really good films. So I'm really excited to see that. Robert Pattinson, if you put aside Twilight, is probably a really good actor. I've never seen Twilight, so I can't judge him in that. But he's a really, really good actor in the stuff I've seen him in. And I'm just really, really excited to see what he brings to the role of the Batman. And the rest of the cast for this movie is obviously incredible. So I'm really excited to see how all the characters play out and how this movie is going to end up being a great Batman movie. And obviously we had the reviews that came out. The critic reviews have been really great. Most of the critics that I watch gave it a really, really positive review, and that's a really, really good sign. And the score on Rotten Tomatoes is an 86%. I usually don't really care about the Rotten Tomatoes score, but 86% is actually pretty high. Not everyone is gonna love the movie because obviously it has an 86%. That means not everyone loved it. It means that 14% of the critics didn't really like it that much. And I get it because it is a much darker film than probably other Batman movies. And it does seem to be really, really dark and gritty. And the type of movie that it is, it's not going to be for everyone. So I understand why it doesn't have like a score in the 90s. But 86% is still a really, really high score. So there's an 86% chance I might actually really end up loving this movie. So I'm really excited for that. But also they had the IMAX fan screenings 2 days ago. It was on Tuesday. And the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is 95%. And that's a really, really high score. And usually the audience score is what I side with more compared to the critic score. So that is also a really good sign. The fact that 95% of the audience that saw this movie on the IMAX fan screenings loved it, or at least liked it, I think is a really, really great sign. And I think we're really, really in for something really special here. This is a movie I've been waiting for since 2020, where that first trailer came out. And even before that, I was looking forward to it. But that first trailer is really what made me so excited for this movie. And ever since then, it's been my most anticipated movie. And now I'm finally here. I'm finally one day away from watching my most anticipated movie of all time, The Batman. And I just can't wait. I'm so excited to see this and so many different things I just want to see play out in this movie. And I hope it's as great as I want it to be. Obviously, the trailers have been fantastic. Every single one of the trailers, to me, was great. We obviously only have 3 trailers. The first one came out in 2020 during DC Fandom. Like I said, since then, it's been my most anticipated movie. I absolutely loved that trailer. I'm vengeance. And the second trailer came out during DC Fandom 2021, and that trailer was really good too. I wouldn't say it's as good as the first one, but I really, really like that trailer. And then the third trailer came out randomly in December, I think, and that trailer was even better. That's probably my favorite of all 3 of the trailers, and it got me really, really pumped for the movie. And all 3 of the trailers are 3 of my favorite trailers of all time, so that's one of the big reasons why I am so excited for this movie. The trailers got me really excited. Now, a while ago, my friends challenged me to not watch the trailers until the movie comes out. So now I know that seems pretty easy, but for the last 2 to 3-ish months, I've been watching the trailers every single day because of how excited I am for this thing. So it's a pretty big deal for me. But the last couple of weeks, I have not watched the Batman trailers at all. So I'm kind of proud of myself, and I just have to do it for one more day until I actually watch the movie. So I'm really, really excited. I hope I can make it. It's just one more day. I can probably not watch the trailers for one more day. I'm really excited. And obviously you have Michael Giacchino's score that got released throughout YouTube. The score for this movie is amazing. I listened to the entire soundtrack, which is like almost 2 hours long. And that's not usually something I do, but because it's Michael Giacchino and because it's The Batman, my most anticipated movie of all time, I did it, and I'm really interested to see that in the context of the movie because I really like the score. I don't want to go into the movie with expectations for the score, but I just hope the score fits the movie really well because the score itself is actually really, really good. A lot of the critics and audience that reviewed the movie and talked about it online also said it is one of the best Batman movies, one of the best comic book movies, and most people are saying that it's up there with The Dark Knight. So that's something I'm really, really looking forward to see. And most people are not saying that it's better than The Dark Knight, but they're saying that it's on par with it as one of the top Batman movies. And that has me really excited because, like I said, it's my most anticipated movie of all time, and I really want to see it be great. One of the big things I want to see in this movie is the detective side of Batman, and the Riddler is a really, really great villain for that because we've never really seen Batman as a detective. And seeing that in this movie, I think could be really, really cool. So I'm really excited to see that. And I think I mentioned this a couple of times. Batman is probably my favorite superhero. It's not like confirmed that he's my favorite superhero. I don't really have a ranking of all my favorite superheroes. But before I was a DC fan, I didn't become a DC fan until really 2020 because I didn't watch all the DC movies until that point. And when this trailer came out, the first trailer for this movie, I wasn't that big of a DC fan, but this trailer I really, really loved. And eventually I did start getting into DC movies. And when I saw all the Batman movies, Batman just resonated with me as a character. So since then, Batman has been at least in my top 3 superheroes. But I think now I would be willing to say he's probably my favorite superhero. I'm not 100% sure. I do really like some other ones as well, but he's definitely in the conversation. And if someone asks me who's my favorite superhero, I'm most likely point to Batman because I just love the character and everything that we've seen from him in the movies and just the general idea of the character in general just resonates with me a lot because he's really realistic and that's really the kinds of heroes I really like. This movie also has a really, really emotional attachment to me because it is my most anticipated movie and because I've been looking forward to it for so long and even for some other reasons. So I cannot wait to see this movie. I'm one day away. I'm so excited. I hope I absolutely end up loving it. But I hope it's at least good. But really, I want this to be the greatest thing ever made. Like I said, it's probably not going to reach my expectations. But as long as it's a really, really good Batman movie, I'm okay with it. I'm very excited to see this movie. Let me know down in the comments, how excited are you to see the Batman? What did you think of the trailers? How excited have you been since the first trailer came out? And if you have already seen the movie in the IMAX screenings or something like that, let me know down in the comments, what did you think of the movie? But please, please do not spoil the movie because I don't want any spoilers here. I want to go into this movie as blind as I possibly can. I'm really, really excited. If you're excited for the Batman too, be sure to hit the like button. It really, really helps me out. And obviously subscribe to my channel. I will put out my Batman review as soon as I watch the movie. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.